Till I get there, till my home. I'm going on a journey to the place that I belong. To the place that I belong. It's my home, it's where I'm from. Isn't long until I get there. To the land that I belong. It's my world, it's where I'm from. It's where my heart is. Been away for such a long time. From the ocean down the trees. From my brothers and my sisters. Different lands across the sea. In the place that I belong. It's my home, it's where I'm from. Isn't long until I get there. To the land that I belong. It's my world, it's where I'm from. It's where my heart is. To the strange life that I know. Many cultures of the globe. All the faces of the people. Now I'm miss when I get home. To the place that I belong. It's my home, it's where I'm from. Isn't long until I get there. To the land that I belong. It's my world, it's where I'm from. It's where my heart is. Crack up, pussy! Crack up, pussy! Crack up, pussy! Crack up, pussy! Hello, everybody. These are the ways to make check you out. Put you do the test. Funny, ready for somebody involved. One crack pussy when you're not going to take the time. This is good. You know the movement the way you should be able to do this. The best of shaking. Known as Wayback City Breakers.
Good evening. You're probably wondering why I'm playing some wave peg. Well, yesterday I was in town. I had to go and check in with Matt, who's who's the bass player, and for not only one but a couple other bands here in Whangarei. One of them happens to be Frandicus. Another one is Criminal Cops or something like that, and which is like funk, reggae, and now he's in punk band, right? And I've known him for a few years. Bought my bass off him and everything. And yesterday we were talking because they took me last year. They took me to Auckland to a concert they were doing with new music they were bringing out. So we're going to do this whole as part of new Whangarei Creatives Invade Plungecast. And the thing was that I would do the podcast, record it, and come and play it. But I found that like there was so much background noise because I'm not a professional, right? And so, but what we talked about, I recorded a ton of footage and actual whole songs from the concert, which they're going to use for the Wave Pig upcoming album that they've been trying to release for 3 years, but it's been held off by COVID and all that stuff. And so now they've almost finished, doing all the mixing. And it's going to be coming out soon. So I'm going to be, I'll have them on here. And also we're going to be able to, interview them and also look at some of the songs when they play. But today it's all about comics and what's in this box, right? There's this container right here. Let me just put it around. So there's this container right here, which is like about, my forearm length, right? And so I am going to, there we go. I'm going to pull it out and and then I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to put in this other container, which I've got here, because this plastic container can't handle the stress of the wind. So I thought I might as well just, kind of change it around and put in a better container and so on while I'm showing you guys. So let me just move this around a bit more. There we go. Right, let's start. So this is, of course, Silver Surfer, and it's number 12 from the, I think it's the new, all different sort of comic series that they've put out. I can't put that in right now because it's going to fall over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this figure box so it doesn't fall over, so I can put one between it and then slowly move it along, and so we can get it up. So let's have a look. There's another Silver Surfer. This is number 1 of 4. This is from my comic shop days, so it's around about 2014, 2015, probably 2015. This is this one here by Cy Spurrier. This one was by Dan Slott. So next up, so I think this might be look at this. It's an oldie but a goodie, not in the best conditions, but this is giant size annual Conan and the Barbarian. Look at the art on that. Amazing art on the cover. I wonder if it's a Frazetta. Can't really tell. Might not be Frazetta. But this is it's got writing. It's not in the best condition. This is, of course, from 1986, right? This is when I was just getting into comics and paying for it myself. Now, I've got a whole bunch of Punisher comics here that I need to rebag because they're in a big, they're like an album cover. This albums, like records, vinyls. It could be a vinyl cover. So what I'm, oh, look. So not only is this Punisher in here, right, in this lot, from this one's from, what year is this from? Is it 1990? Yeah, so this is from 1990. What an awesome sort of like cover setting. I've always liked that cover. This is from Jigsaw Puzzle, part 6 of 6. This would be probably, the last issue in the series, but if this is Jigsaw, this would be part of the whole, wait. Well, the interesting thing here about this is you'll notice he's actually got, like me, the skull on tattooed on his chest there. You can see at the bottom there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So I'm just trying to figure out, because his face is all cut up, so I was going to think it can't be Jigsaw. But man, the quality of art is what I miss, right? And I'm hoping for that in my comics as well. I mean, everybody's got a different art style, right? So you're not going to expect everybody to have the same art style, but some of these guys, some of the quality of art in here is amazing. This is going back to 1990. That's what, 34 years ago? Right. So this, of course, is now, we're coming into 2014, 15, I guess it was 15. And so there is that. And there's another comic here. This is double stickered, right? It's got this friggin', this is just a reading copy, right? So this is this a What If? Yeah, What If Volume 2, number 83, 1996. Art is awesome. This is What If Daredevil was a disciple of Strange. Isn't that cool? Like, what if he was, that he actually was trained by Strange, and wouldn't it be like magic? So he'd, be learn magic, and for the love and honor and the soul of Elektra. So Strange looks very different in this. Look at the art in here. So the art in here is by, who's the artist in this? So Ian Edgington and Mike Barron. Mike Barron's a scriptwriter, and Raphael Kayanan, right? all there. You can see the names there. Christy Steele, Christy Steele colors, Steve Ditko letters. Oh, Ditko days, right? One of the greats of Marvel. You know, didn't he go to DC as well? Right. What else is there? So there's another one here, The Amazing Spider-Man, Dark Hawk, Nova, and Speedball, Friends and Enemies, Part 1, The Dawn of the Metahumans. Metahumans? You mean they're metahumans? They would have to call them metahumans because metahumans are actually part of DC, right? So this is first gen, and is it Jim Palmiotti? Oh look, there's some. They've got a mail order thing here as well in it. Hasn't been removed, but of course, got the sticker on there, and with it's in pretty good shape. You know, when was this from? Okay, direct edition, so 1995. So 29 years old, not bad. But I can't figure out who the artist on this is for the cover art. Anyway, check out this big, huge splash page. So you got this first page. Or is that gemstones, crystals, and a glow given off by 7 alien crystals. That. Right, so that's one. Oh, and now we have Miss Marvel number 8. So I thought there was a bit of wear on this cover, but it's actually part of the cover, it looks like. So this is G. Willow Wilson doing her, you know, became a Muslim thing, and she was putting the whole Muslim thing with this book. I hear that, I mean, you know, I've never actually read these books, you know, because this is when I had the shops, a Civil War II kind of thing. Or 3, yeah, Civil War II. It's not like Cabaret, missed it. So that's there. That's in very good nick. And then, of course, now you have Jimmy Palmiotti and Gray with Amacon Girls. This one here. I never read it. This is number 3. Don't know the story behind it. Cover art by Sanford Green. Yeah, Justin Gray and Jimmy Palmiotti. Sante Casa was the artist on this, on the interior art. So it kind of has this whole look of anime crossed over with, you know, what would you say, like superhero crossover, right? So it's Sante Casa, so which basically is not Japanese, right, or Asian. You know, if I remember, Casa is like house in Spanish. So maybe Argentine, who knows? So that's that one. Now I'm going to leave that there because I don't want to end up, you know, spend all my time just putting covers on, because it's out of cover. So next up we have Shield. There's another lot of stuff, and the thing is, I do have a whole bunch of covers, you know, slip cases, whatever you want to call them, plastic casings for these ones that I haven't gotten around to getting them. And so recently I bought like about 200 of these, right, so I can pack them up. But I needed backing boards with them, and I think I made a mistake somewhere, or the ordering was mistaken, where I wanted 100 backing boards and 100 friggin' covers, plastic slip cases. But what I ended up was like I got both plastic cases anyway. So here now you have the Shield, right, from the TV show, inspired by the TV series. Let's see how many is in there, because all these I gotta like rebag, right, into single bags rather than like thing. The problem with like having them in the Ziploc bags is that they get easily like scratched when you bring them out. So I've got 2, and this is when I had my comic shop, right? So when I had my comic shop, I ordered stuff for the store, like 2 of each or something like that, and I end up like, you know, some of them didn't sell, and that's when I started noticing that I should have moved over to manga and anime, and away from, like, you know, just to actually just, you know, be able to, I had the suppliers, right, to be able to like stop buying like double ups of comics, because people really went into comics as much as I thought they were, or I hoped they were. So here's number 7 of Shield. Great cover art though, you know. Interior art is pretty good as well. Heavy line work. You know, I'm not sure. So this is by Mark Wade and Smallwood. So Wade and Smallwood, where's your credits page? Yeah, Greg Smallwood and Mark Wade, and colors by EFX, Guru and EFX, right? So interior art, so you don't show you the interior art. So you see what the style that's in there. Now, of course, there is issue 6. That was 7, issue 6, issue 5, issue 4, right? Should have gone this way. Oh, no, that's fine. Issue 4, and then also 2 of issue 3, right? The problem with these is like usually when you're ordering these, they're like 2. So if somebody bought 1 and 2, and you know, when you do the order, yeah, keep on going, and you don't find out that they don't like it until 2 months are over, right? Because you're ordering 2 months in advance, and that's kind of like sucks if you're a comic shop owner, because you ordered number 1 and number 2 2 months ago, you ordered number 3 and number 4 2 months after that, and then so on, and so you're always 2 months out. So this is Bendis with it's got a bit of, you know, Bender here and Bendis, and another one here, as they say. Corner band. So this is I don't think this is a regular. Yeah, this is direct edition. So this is 6 of 8 Secret Invasion. Now we come to some variant covers. This one here is, of course, this comes with a digital comic book as well, so you could get like a code input. And so this is Justice League number 1. This one, Bendis moved over to you know, Brian Michael Bendis, that is. And this is the cover for the variant cover. I like the cover. I thought it was quite cool. And this is number 1 for Young Justice, Wonder Comics. That's what he basically started there. It's like the Wonder Comics title, so you knew it was Bendis writing it. You know, it's like me moving over to, say, yeah, so if I'm moving over to DC and I go, okay, I'm coming over to write, so I'll be writing this, this, and this, and under this, right? So this is the storyline I'm going to weave through these, you know, these characters. So let's do that. So there is this one here. There's the variant cover, Monsters of the Month with Harlequin, number 11 from the New 52 with the hyena from Harlequin. Now there's an X-Men book in here. There's actually X-Victor in here as well. So this is number 2, X-Men 2099, right? The direct edition. That's in that one. And now you have the X-Victor books. So this is like a network distribution, GSD, so it's in New Zealand. This is number 3 of Factor X, right? So after Xavier, the Age of Apocalypse. So there's that one there. There's a back issue going back a while, May 3rd. So, you know, I guess 1985, right? So 29 years old. Now that I've got a set of those, I can, and plus, actually, I might leave this out because, of course, it's a variant cover, right? So it has to go into my variant cover box. Or do I go with alphabetical? I don't know. We'll find out later. Anyway, I can put these away now because now I have enough in here. Oops, to give it a bit of a you know, support. So when I put it, it slips in nicely. Right, next lot. All right, Superman. So there's a Superman in here, and this is Funeral for a Friend, number 7. That's the story number 7, and it's from 93, Superman by Man of Steel. Remember how I mean, if you were watching yesterday's podcast, I was talking about how they're looking at doing like black Superman, and I said, well, they should just do Steel. So Louise Simonson was one of the writers in the movie. if I'm, if that was the way they did it, or or if it was her story, and then the writer and another writer, or the director and another writer came on and wrote the script and so on. So this is number 21 from 93. So this is 31 years old, guys. Classic. And just look at the simplicity of all of it. This is John Kent, right? Superman's dad, just lying in a field. So that's from number 21. And here's a Detective Comics 697. No Ian, Chuck Dixon with Nolan. So it's like no Ian. You'll see why I said no Ian, right? Look at the way. And there it is. Look at the way the signature is written. It's like a capital A in there. So it's like, I thought it was two words, but it's actually Nolan, right? The interior artist. So yeah, so it's a pretty cool cover. So that is from 96. Now we got another Batman here, but that one's in Detective Comics. This is a Batman. This is DC Universe, Doug Munch. This is quite interesting. So this is Night's End Part 1, right? And I'll tell you why it's interesting is because it says here, Honorable Kelly Jones and Most High John Batty, so the colorist and the artist. So it's over here. You see? So that's a pretty cool cover. And now I've got a Robin. Robin number 33. This is a pretty cool cover. Kind of a humorous cover. It's a Rinko. This is another Chuck Dixon book. Was that Chuck Dixon? Yeah, so that's about, for a minute there, I thought there was two of them in there. So Chuck Dixon, Louise Simonson. So these three books are basically Chuck Dixon books. So there's number 30, Robin. And look, check out the girls at the back. Right? It's like he's, it's probably in Olympus or somewhere like that, or Greece, because of the pillars, of course, you can see there. And, he's just taking down someone and they give him like, thumbs up and thumbs down. And it's all thumbs down for poor Robin. Okay. Let me just check something here. And one thing I came across today, I was looking at images of Evangeline for this little short video that's going to come out tomorrow morning, about 8:45 with John Stinson. It's just like a short clip that was just like the intro, and we're talking about into the interview I did, which is already out, but I'm gonna edit it so it's like more get through the intro and stuff like that. And we're talking about Evangeline, and so I want to share something with you guys that I found quite interesting because it popped up when I brought up Evangeline, and it's this. I don't even know this because this is like a long time ago, right? It's about 11 years ago. Now, this story is basically about, they were looking at putting Gina Carano as Evangeline, right? The comic book character Evangeline, and so it says here, right? Comic-Con, and this is 2013, July 18th. Gina Carano and Rob Liefeld team up on Evangeline. Exclusive. The MMA fighter turned actress and a comic creator will meet with fans at the conference on Saturday. Right. Gina Carano, an MMA fighter turned actress and comic creator Rob Liefeld are teaming up to bring Liefeld's creation, Evangeline, on the big screen. I wonder what's happening with that, because does that mean, did what happened to her online with Star Wars and Disney and all that, end up, stopping her from actually from Rob from continuing with that, because he's Sony and Deadpool and all that stuff, and now Sony's coming into it's coming into Marvel, right? And so I want to show you this thing's actually up here on IMDb. An angel was cast out of heaven to find and protect the One, a person who holds the key to saving mankind from demons and other monsters. So it's writers Rob Liefeld. Based on the comic book series, Evangeline is an angel who fights the forces of evil and often finds herself face to face with demons and monsters. She was the most feared warrior in heaven's war host, having single-handedly broken into Pandemonium, which is like the outer fortress of hell, to confront the devil himself. She is a fallen angel banished from heaven by God after being tricked into questioning his love for humans. Evangeline was stripped of all her angelic abilities other than her great strength and her blood, and which, once extracted from her body, could be used as a weapon or a miracle once empowered by quoting verses from the Bible. Evangeline uses her powers to fight demons on earth and has been groomed to be mankind's last hope in a coming Armageddon. So here we go. It was announced. So that's what I'm looking at here, right? So it's quite interesting that 30 years, not 30, 11 years later, it's kind of like nobody's talked. I haven't had any word about it, and nobody's really mentioned it since. So I just kind of feel like it's all kind of it's weird. Like, it's just nothing's been mentioned. But like I said, I was looking for images for my poster that I own, but because I'd already put it away. So because I needed it for the header, right? And so if you're watching this, you can probably I'll put the link in here, because by the time the video should already be out, upcoming. Here we go. This is the link for that video, and hopefully in the chat, if you're watching this later on, you can come across and click on it and then go see it. But yeah, interesting, right? It would have been great, Gina Carano would be great as Evangeline. I mean, she was great in Mandalorian. She's been great in other stuff as well. All right, back to your regular program, show, which is now next up we have Legion, Secret Origin, Paul Levitz and Chris Batista, number 1 of 6 from 299. Let me get rid of the news article with Gina there. And so this is it here. All right. And this was in a shop. So, back then it was like $10 for this book, because it was like $4.99, $2.99, right? $12 if it's $4.99. So, it's usually with I guess with tax and all that, GST, goods and services tax, it gets a bit over the, and freight and all that, you got to cover, it gets over a bit much. So there is, on the back of that is number 1 of the Book of Magic. Didn't know I had number 1, but I do. So this is Book of Magic from 94. So this is actually 30 years old. So there you go. I own a Book of Magic, number 1. I better put that straight away into the slip. I do need to get at least about 200-300 more backing boards, because I don't like just like this flopping around. It's annoying, and they can get bent and get damaged and wrinkled and all that stuff. So there's that one. Now, is that 2 in here again? Yep, there's 2 in here again. So might as well take that out so we know what's in there. Just gonna watch it. And this is the one where it's like self what is it, adhesive sort of thing. So this one is New Mutants, and this is probably from 2015, 2014. Let's check. So, oh yeah, this is from May 4th. So it's around about, it's 4140. And this is when Avengers, the first one, was coming out. Yeah, so this is from 2012. So it's just before, 2 years before I opened the shop. So if I've got this, it probably has to be with the fact that I was getting like back orders. So I'd have comics in the shop as well as new orders. Or while I was waiting for new comics, I already had back orders. And plus, when I opened the shop up, I had like all my, like all my comics, which I then sold, probably about a third of, or maybe a bit more, depending what they were. So this is, I think that's number 40. Yep, that's number 40 of New Mutants from 2012. This is New Mutants number 41. Right. Is that Magic? I can't remember. I think there's one person that Magic is the person that Niobe likes a lot. LP from Larry from Niobe Comics. So now I have a weird Wonder Tales. This is number 18. What year is this from? Check this out. All right. So I'm not gonna. I seriously don't want to open it, but I do want to know what year that is on here. It's not in the best. It's kind of like an fair condition because it's got rips and stuff, but all of it's there. There's, apart from some pieces. Actually, I can't say all of it's there. So there's a piece missing. There's it's a kind of like, you'd say it's a fair maybe condition. All right, next up. I don't think I'm going to get through this all day, but I'm going to try to get through as much as I can. So now we have an Image comic, and I have two lots of it. Is that a flip book? Weird. John Cleary 93. So this is actually, a 31-year-old book, and there is two different books. So there's Boof and the Bruise crew, and then we've got this monthly McFarlane ad on the back, and you've got this one here. So this must have come out of a like a multi-pack thing, like a 5/4 packet. That's why I think they've got that on the back of it. But this art's like really cartoony, kind of like Mad Magazine style, wacky sort of style. But then you've got this cover here, right? Kind of like a Sam Keith thing. Wrong hand. And that's not. So I've got two of these. This is number 1, of course, and Bo Smith and John Cleary art. And Boofs and the Hood, the buddy system. So this Todd McFarlane presents Boof, Bruce, Boof and the crew. Boof. So looking backwards, Boof and the crew's crew, and it's Cruise and the crew. Bruce Cruz, yeah, number 2. So, and once again, it's got that thing on the back, the big sticker. So now, as I was saying, I've got 2 lots. So, and they're basically the same. Weird. I don't know how I got this and when this, I have no idea. So it's kind of strange to, but this is a cool one. So this one actually doesn't have the sticker, right, on the back of that. But this other one does. So, if you guys know anything about what this big sticker is part of, I'd be very interested to know. So while I'm doing this, I might as well just shove it in there because, and I just want to go in because it gives me trouble. Come on, I don't want to bend your silly thing. There you go. Get in there. You think after it's been in there for so long, it'll be easy. It'll go in easy, but no. But there's also this thing about these, sometimes like in traveling, comics get rolled even before you freaking get them. Even if you buy brand new comics, they get this roll on there, right? Rubbing, I should say. And it's annoying because, like, if you're a collector, right, in the sense like your comics are precious to you, you know, and you just bought for, you know, in New Zealand, you pay $10 for it. Suddenly you get a comic and all that rubbings on there. And it's like, seriously, you know, and if you go from a small store, what the hell? What you gonna do, you know? You know, you can't go in there and go, oh, dude, this, dude, this. And it's like, that's not even worth worrying about. But I think, you know, having found 2 sets of 2 comics exactly the same is weird, because I don't know how I got them, when I got them, right, and how they arrived in my collection. Now, there's a comics free day from what was Arkham City Comics. Oh no, it's still in existence. Sorry, I was just thinking comics free day. I was thinking of like Gotham Comics. That was before Arkham Comics. Jeremy Bishop took over. Opened up his own store. So this is Free Comics Books Day Viz issue. This Akira Toriyama from Dragon Ball. Right, and you can see Arkham City Comics stamp on there, because that's what it's for. So 096462 Joker, right? You can just call him on the local number there. On the back of that comic is actually Rurouni Kenshin. I always can get that wrong. And I like that movie. I've watched some of the anime, but I've actually watched the live action. I enjoy the live action quite a lot. And the story and art is by Nobuhiro Watsuki. And this is Restoration. So it's like a one-shot kind of thing, or a chapter. So that's on the back of that one. Now back into the new container. And let's have a look at it. Get in there. Next lot. Okay. All right. So we're back to DC now. And this is a new 52, Peter Milligan with Stormwatch. Now, if you remember, Stormwatch is part of the Authority series that they're looking at making into a movie, right? And Stormwatch is like a police, like a government thing. And so this is this one here from the new 52 and number 12 there. And when is this from? 2012, right? So that's not too long ago. Who's the artist on this? Can't really tell who the artist is. Very small. Very small. You can see that. It's like tiny as. Oops. Anyway, let's put that there. Now, here's something pretty old. This is Brian Augustine. This is from 92, right? And this is the Black Condor. And it's number 1, first thrilling issue. And I like the logo. The logo is pretty cool on this. Pretty cool, man. Like that logo is pretty awesome. Or the icon. So Regs Morales, I know that name. So Regs Morales is the artist on there, and there's also and the art is really good. Right, that is a pretty cool art from DC. The Black Condor. Now we've got some old Archie comics, and this is Archie Adventure Series, but this is Eastman and Ladd's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures. It's very ready cover, ready condition, but it's there in my collection, right? Because there's like $1.50 when it got out, but then so if it's got this white thing there, that's actually picked up from a hospice here. So it's Now we've got some old Valiant, acclaimed comics series. This is Ninjak. Birthquake. So this is Valiant, Ninjak, Birthquake. And this is from 94. That goes back a while, right? 30 odd years now. Now, I'm quite excited because I didn't think I had one, but I have a bone. So I got bone number 20. Is there another one there? Oh, looks like there's a second. Yeah, there's a second issue in there as well. So I've got volume number 20 and volume number 22. So as you can see there, right? There's that one, and then, and then the other one. I've never read Bone, by the way, cartoon books. I've never read a Bone, but I should, and Jeff Smith writes Cerebrus. Now, this is one of my favorite comics of all time, like standalone, and it's The Pro by Garth Ennis, one of my favorite writers, right? My top 5 writers, and Amanda Connor. So this one. It's a very adult, kind of mature reader comic book about a superhero, female, solo mum, and she's got superpowers, but she's trying to survive, right? She's a prostitute. And so this is a standalone, so it's Amanda Corner, Jimmy Palmiotti, I guess on the colors or inks, and one shot. And I think it needs to go on my shelf because it's a trade paperback. And usually I talk about it and stuff. And I wonder it's in mint condition, by the way, because ever since I got it, just straight in there. And this is my second issue because the first one I actually sold. So this is a first printing, 2002. So check it out. This one was done through Image Comics, and I think it's through Jim Valentino's imprint. So it comes out through. No, it is. Yeah. So it's Jimmy Palmiotti is inks, Amanda Connor's pencils and lettering, and colors by Paul Mounts. Paul Mounts. So check out the artwork in this. There's a little baby. The bottom of this side here. It looks mean as, isn't it? Yeah, so it's if you have never read it and you're an adult, by the way, I should say, it's kind of a very mature comic. And so she curses, she smokes, she breastfeeds, she blows away the competition. She's the most unlikely person on earth to get superpowers. She's the pro. That's on the back. So if you're an mature reader, read like mature comics, and this is a very mature comic, by the way, right? It's a one shot. This is my first printing, so I'm so excited because I actually sold one issue of this when I was when I owned my shop in 2015. So that's like about 10 years ago. Yeah, we're in 24, right? So yeah, if you've never read that, that's worth reading. And it cost me $40. Yeah, it cost me $40, dude, when I bought it. It's the first printing of the series, right? So I'm quite excited. I'm going to clip that, by the way. All right. And yeah, and I've met both Jimmy and Amanda Connor here in New Zealand about 2007. Yeah. Now, one of my other favorite comics, and this one cost $35, right? Because the price is on there. And I bought this in. Yeah, both of these in 2021, right? This is it has to be my most iconic favorite cover from the X-Men comic books. And that's, moving on X Cross, right? And I want to do something like this. I got to figure out which character would deserve it and how I would do it. And it won't have the X, it will have something else there, right? Now, I'm going to have to separate that from the others because I think I might put that number 1 to the Condor away as well. And put the number 1. What is that one? That's Book of Magic number 1, right? Didn't know I had it. So now I know I have it because I wrote it. Like this box has been basically, or this container, I should say. It's got hundreds of comics in it, but I've just been. It's the one that was like not full, right? I done the ABC cover, alphabetically set up, containers, and then this one was just okay. We'll just put it in here because it's like not full, and let's just put it all in there and, you know, work out later in the alphabet. Now, we have a very old Valiant. We just saw the other Valiant, and this is not in the best conditions, but there's a lot in here. So this is Rye and the Future Force, number 9, number 16. Well, I almost thought I was going to have 2 of number 9. All right, and then also the Hardcore number 9, and so there you go. So the Hardcore number 9, the Right and the Future Force number 9. I don't know where I got these from. And then you've also got number 16 of Future Force. All right, these characters look amazing. Like, you know, it's just so cool. I mean, the characters on the covers. The covers look really cool. Now we also have this Madeline Pryor, Can't Have Nate, No One Can, from X-Men, like MAN. So this is number 41 in 98. S.K. Roche. So it's Kevin and Cruz La Rosa. So there's this one here. Yeah, I thought I was going to say, is she licking her lips? And she is. She's actually licking her lips. You know, right. So now we have Spider-Woman number 7. Also good, good cover. This is a UK. It's got a glue from the sticker. But this is number 7. Sorry, October number 7, 1978, guys, and that's UK, right? So that's P. It's 12 pence UK. So this is like one of the, rarer ones, because most of the comics usually was like direct to the store or to the newsstand. So it starts with like direct ones, newsstand, and then UK becomes a bit more expensive in pricing, for collectors and stuff. Now I've got a cross-gen comic here. But next up, I have 7 Deadly Fins, Part 1. And this is a Shadow, Halfer, and Baker. And this is number 8 from March 88. So this is suggested for mature readers. So you go. 7 Deadly Fins. Now, this is the... there's a Classic Junior in here, illustrated. So now we have cross-gen from when Route 66. As you know, we've been recently talking about cross-gen on live stream, I think with I think it was like on Niobe Comics one, we're talking in the panel about it. It's a cool cover. I don't know what Route 66 is, but it'd be nice to, look into it. And also now we're going to look at, there's a From Hell. Didn't know I had that. But there's a From Hell, Edie Campbell and Alan Moore, but it's volume 6. So here we go. Before we get to that, because I actually have the what would you call that? The trade paperback, like a collection, which is about this big and like kind of like about that size, not the full size of a comic book. But so this is number 565, The Silly Princess, and it's from, and pretty old comic, right? This is really, really old comic. And so this is from, I don't even want to open it because it's so old without gloves or anything like that now, because I need to get some white gloves now. I've been told off. Yeah, Classics Illustrated. So as I was mentioning there, this is Mad Love Kitchen Sink Press, and this is I wonder if it's a first volume 6, chapter 9. I don't understand what the situation was. Did this come out as a floppy first, or because I've always seen it as a trade paperback, right, the thick one. Wow, first printing. I have a first printing, 94 of this. So, and I don't want to. It's not like the cover's freaking fine, There's some spine bend, but the back, look at the wear on, like that. It's been rubbing against something. So whoever had it stuck it against something else and like was moving around a lot, which is kind of sucky. So I'm going to put that in a new cover so people can actually see that it's like that. Because if you have this old cover, you'd be like, oh, it's probably just, you know, it's just on the cover itself and not actually on the comic. So as you can see now, you can tell that it's actually on the comic. And it's a bit wobbly. I don't know why. Maybe it's a glue they used and it doesn't bend properly. It's kind of stiff as well. I mean, it is 30 years old, right? 94. Yeah. So if you haven't read From Hell or haven't seen the movie, Johnny Depp is in that movie, and it's a pretty cool movie. It's about, you know, another kind of take on the serial killer, you know, Jack the Ripper, the first most renowned one. That has been like reported on. That was reported on. So next up we have Peter Milligan and Leandro Fernandez with issue number 3 of the Discipline from Image Comics. There you go. There's that one on the list. So I'll put these away now, but I might. No, they'll be fine. We can sort these other ones out later. So I'm definitely going to have to go through them all again. Just like to get them in alphabetical. All right, next lot. Okay, that's cool. So now I have Soul Saga from Top Cow Image Comics, number 3 and 5. This is by Platt and Lechner. Cordo and Liquid. Liquid? Yeah, Liquid is the colors on that. So is that supposed to be? I almost feel like it's must have been like somehow like maybe all of them were like connecting covers, because look at it, like, you know, it just looks like it might be connecting because of the way it finishes over here. Sorry, on this end. Am I holding which one? This one, right? This one thing, like the way it's connecting. So Soul Saga. Never read it, and I need to read it because I like the comics that came out from Top Cow. You know, if I remember right. Yeah, Witchblade came out from Top Cow. I've got one up there. So I'm going to put that aside because I need to, number 1, I should say, is up there. Now, this is Spinner's Galaxy number 1. And this is UK, Canada and UK version. It's 84. So that's 40 years old, guys, right? It's 40 years old. And this is number 1, right? So if I remember right, did I put the Condor up there? Yes, I did. I put Black Condor up there. And now we've got some X-Men here, number 1, and X-Men Second Coming Prepare. Is this like a... Oh, yeah. So this is like a promo to the, you know, to the upcoming crossover arc. And this is the worst. This is when, like, not the worst, but this is like 2010. Like, this is when it just started getting a bit crazy with the whole crossover thing. Where, like, if you wanted to buy an X-Men book, you had to buy one. I mean, to read an X-Men story for this crossover, you had to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 books just that month. No, not this month, sorry. Over the 4-month period. No. Did I say 24? Oh, plus a 2, like number 1 and, you know, and then chapter 1 and Second Coming, right? So it's about 25 or something like that for over that month. So if you wanted to read the Second Coming story, I don't actually remember now what the freaking story was, right? And now we have, better take that out of there because it's a ratty plastic. Like, look at that. So now we have Laughly's Inhumans, 2 lots of number 12. This is like the new Keith Giffen one. So this is the new 52. So you've got Laughless. Isn't it the horse dude? Like that guy over there. Kind of looks like a horse face dude. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like they were at the time, they were like making comic for every character they had, and at DC, and it felt really weird because it was, I mean, Laughlies. Then of course you had Green. Now you got Green Lantern, New Guardian. I got 25 issue number 25 of that. Who's the artist on that one? Who's the artist on this cover? Stephen George Segovia and Gabe Iltiaib is the ink colorist, I think. Yeah. So there's that one there. It's a pretty cool cover. Lost in Space. We're out for time. All right, we've got about another 5 minutes, and we'll finish off a couple more, and then that'll be it. I don't want to take, because I know I'm going to do a couple of these over the next few, and so I'm not going to like try to cover up this box all at once because there's a lot of freaking comics in there. So this is Inhuman number 12. I don't know if I ended up how I ended up with 2 issues. I should have just bought one, but one's better copy and one's not so better because one's got a thing at the front. So I'm going to put them both together. There's no point, put them in separate covers. Actually, maybe, yeah, I might as well put them separate. At least we know that once when I open it, there's one different, and you can tell straight away without having to look into it. I wonder what the other one's condition like. So now you're wasting time. Okay, so let's get these away. Oh, and now we come to Secret Warriors. This is one of the ones that got damaged. So when I had my comic shop, one time someone freaking upstairs had left a tap on, and what had happened was it was a freezer. I mean, not tap on. It was a freezer, and they had this stupid freezer that didn't shut. So I had this can or bottle in front of it to stop it, and whoever was using it last forgot to friggin' put it in front of it, and because sometimes people would sleep up there and use it, like or whatever, and so this one time the water just went down, and it was where my rack was, and like all my brand new comics, like about 5 of them, like that's $50, just got ruined, right? And I was like, I rang up the landlord and stuff. They're like, dude, man, who was up there? All this water dripped. And the thing was, like, it's actually damage to the building, right? And that sucked. But then I also lost money on it because I couldn't like sell it, But this one doesn't seem to have that problem. This is actually something else. It's just somebody's smudge food thing. This is Dark Reign, Secret Wars, Nick Fury, Agent of Nothing. It's kind of like one of those ones we just cut up and things. So I might like the artwork is pretty good in here, to be honest. And so I might like put it aside for the kids when we do our like our what is it? Yeah, when we do our convention, we have like a corner for the kids. Sometimes a whole room where they can use that area to like cut up for comics and ex-library books and stuff like that, magazines, to make pins, right? Little badges that they can wear around. They're pretty cool. So we get to do that. And I actually always do like the 3 or 4 for myself, and I do about another 5 to give away to our volunteers. And just like, appreciate it. Actually, yeah. And just, because just let them know that, I enjoy their help, and I appreciate their help, I should say. Not enjoy, but I enjoy it as well, but I do appreciate their help. So that's all I'm going to talk about today, and show you guys, because this can stay here until next time. But yesterday I picked up this. This is almost as old as me. So check this out. This is a paperback book, right, of Mad Adventures of Captain Klutz from the magazine, and just by Don Martin. And so in this paperback from like 1974, right, printed in the USA, copyright 67, that's when it came out. So this is EC Publications, right? But Warner Books edition, 1974 by so first printing October 1974, reissued 1980. So which means this is a reissued in 1980. So it's 80, 40, 44 years old, right? So this little book is a 44-year-old book, right? And it's pretty good condition because like it's a paperback, so nobody really cares about putting in a plastic bag and looking after it and stuff. But yeah, this is, I don't know if this is the first issue of this or book, but it looks like it's just a standalone book at the point of it. So what is the origin of Captain Klutz? Why has he just dedicated himself to a life of crime fighting? Who really cares? The answers to these and many other inane questions are found in the Mad Adventures of Captain Klutz. Follow the superhero as he faces Gorgonzola, Sissy Man, and the zombies of Megapolis, and the Mad Bomber. Right, I think I'm going to clip this one as well because it's just funny as, right? Now I can't remember what I was going to clip the other time, but is this the end of Captain Klutz? Right, he's falling down from rope. Definitely not into a baker's kind of mixer thing. You got all those two people there like mixing it. Three people actually, because one's off screen, one's off panel, I should say. Definitely not. And that's him talking. Goes, definitely not. The fast-acting pectin turned the soup into chicken aspic. The compliments to the chef. Right? It's just crazy. It's just like I didn't even know who this was. Now I know. But I've got this for 50 cents yesterday at the Hospice, secondhand shop. But yeah, so if if you're like me, never heard of who this is, pick it up. I mean, check it out. I mean, I'm sure it's available somewhere, or digital Wayback Machine, whatever thing. But yeah, that's it for me for today for this. Thank you for joining me. All the best for wherever you are, and thank you for checking this first edition of Show and Tell and what's in this comic book container. All right, cheers and ka kite ano. See you next time.